Hello friends, welcome back to another YouTube video speed build. If you guys saw my last video, you'll recognize this house that we are renovating today. It is the bargain bin that I made about 2 weeks after I started playing The Sims. It's a pretty decent size house. I do end up shrinking it, but I thought this has potential to be turned into something amazing. So that is what we did here today. As you can see here, I'm just shrinking the house. I wanted to shrink it and I wanted to change things. I kind of liked the size of the kitchen in the living room, so I wanted to try and like keep that roughly the same, but I didn't want this house to just be a rectangle. I wanted to add some like bump outs, so I needed to make the house smaller. I needed to change some things. I needed to change up the layout. Which I'm not gonna lie, the exterior and the roofing of this took it was a struggle. I won't lie. I struggled a lot with it. About 20 minutes into building this, I was like, should I just give up? But I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because I think the final product ends up really, really good. Here I'm adding a bump out, and I'm having to move the house forward so I can add something in the back. Like I said, I didn't want it to just be like a complete rectangle. I ended up cutting out a lot of the roofing because I was making it so much harder than it needed to be. So there's a lot that I cut out because I was just spending like 10 whole minutes trying to roof this. And part of it was the shape of the house, so I ended up having to change that. I ended up adding, I think I add another bump out to the front right here. Yeah, right here. I add another bump out there, and I've changed this back of the house. If you can see that that little piece isn't an L shape anymore. I kind of like the shape of the house. It was giving when I was making this. It was giving like some sort of like modern industrial sort of vibes for me. That's the idea and the theme of what I was trying to go with, at least for the outside. I wanted the outside to be like symmetrical, really symmetrical, really clean. And I found this I think it's base game, this fence that I really like. I struggled with the fence for a little bit, and I found this, and I think it really works well. And after spending like a good 12 minutes trying to find a decent wallpaper, I ended up finding one or two that I really like that I think go really well with the fence. And I put this metal roof on because I thought that just looked good. I thought that it really brought out the sort of vibe that I was going for. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like a modern farmhouse industrial, but I'd say it's inspired by that. I said it's definitely inspired by that. As you can see here, I'm adding a foundation trim that I didn't know that you could do in the beginning when I first started playing the game. And here's that that wallpaper that I chose. These front two little like cutouts, or I don't know what you would call them, sections, end up being like this brick. Which I think turned out really good. I think that it works really well. The lighting on this lot, I'm not gonna lie, it was stressing me out a little bit, and I wanted to add a trim, but it wouldn't let me add like just a regular thin trim. I don't know why. It kept giving me this thing saying like it needs to be in a place in a room above ground. I didn't really understand that, so I decided not to do a trim. You see that hallway that I originally had there. I wanted to keep that sort of vibe, so I do end up like changing. I do end up like I make this house in a way where I do have like some sort of like hallway as a nodes to my friend Jess, who I saw make a hallway in one of her speed builds on YouTube, and I will actually link her YouTube channel in the description down below if I remember, because you guys should follow her. I think she's gonna be making more speed builds soon now that she's back home. I was also struggling with these windows. I wanted like big windows. I wanted like big. But then I ultimately just decided on these windows all for the entire house that I think they're from Cats and Dogs. I'm pretty sure. And I ended up moving this chimney later on in the video, like 3 or 4 different times, because I wanted the side of the house to look like symmetrical and even with the window placement, because I don't know why, but it just kind of looked funky to me. So ignore the chimney where it's at the current moment, because that will be changing. I added a mailbox. I wanted a little pathway. I wanted to kind of match the sidewalk, and I was gonna do like a little like flower bed right there, but I ultimately decided not to do that because it just looked dumb. And then here we are making the yard. I do end up I realize that this yard is like obnoxiously large, like obnoxiously large. So I do end up moving the house over, try and make the lot smaller or the house smaller. But in the end, I still feel like the yard is a bit big. I mean, there's lots of things that you can do if you wanted to download this from the gallery. You can like do whatever you want with the yard. Here I am. I'm making the house smaller yet again because it still was looking a little boxy for me. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it. I was like, I need it to be smaller. And this whole area, I'm having to like scoot everything over because I wanted this little window right there to be like an office because I moved that desk there and I thought that it looked good. It filled the space nicely, so I ended up just making a little office over there. And here I am. I was originally gonna add like a back porch, but then I was like, that's just dumb and stupid. So I ended up making this just like a bedroom. Um, in the end, I do end up making it smaller and pushing it over a little bit because it wasn't centered. The roofs weren't centered right here, and my OCD was just like, you need to make this centered. So it does end up being like smaller than what I had originally wanted, but it ends up being, I think, a pretty decent sized bedroom. There's 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in this house. It's pretty small. I think it's just under. I think it's like, I might be wrong, but I think it's like 46,000 simoleons in the end. I'm not sure. It is on my gallery. My gallery ID is Raventhorne, RRAVENTHORNE. So if you wanted to look at it, you can download it. There are a few things that I did forget to do because while I was recording this, my computer was lagging a little bit. It was making weird sparky noises, and I was like, "That's not normal." And also, OBS was being a pain in the butt, so I ended up like kind of rushing the interior a little. I think it looks pretty good. I didn't want it to be too cluttered because I have a friend who plays The Sims, but she doesn't have like the best like quality computer, and so she can't download a lot of my builds. Because I use a lot of like clutter and everything, and so I told her that I wouldn't clutter it up too much. There is a little bit of clutter, but as for like details that I missed, I forgot to change like all the lights. I think those saucer lights stay in like every room except for the master bedroom, which is that bump out on the side by the yard. Um, so you'll have to forgive me for that. Here I am. I'm working on the kitchen. I kind of struggled with the counter placement, or not the counter placement, but like the counter, like what I wanted it to look like. Because I wanted to keep like it dark. I wanted to keep like a black, like sort of like kitchen like the original had because I liked that, but I didn't want it to be like all black. And then I was like, oh, maybe it should be like brighter and lighter because you were going like a modern industrial. And then I was like, actually, I want this. Maybe if I place bricks like above this, if I find a brick that I want, because I wanted like a brick to be over here, maybe that will help me choose counter placements. And I ended up choosing this. I think it's like plaster or something, and I ended up choosing these counters from Dream Home Decorator. I think I changed the color to like I think it was like a black and then like a white sort of like countertop. And there's no room for a dining room over here like in the original, so I did add these islands. My whole vibe for this was the idea of like a single mother and like her 2 daughters. So there's 3 bar stools over there. It's not a big house. It is obnoxiously expensive for like a 3 sim house, I will say. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. Um there's no cabinets in here. I was originally gonna like try and fit some in, but then I didn't want it to look like cramped, and I wanted it to look like open and modern, so I was like, no cabinets. I mean, the Sims don't really use them anyway. And I think that I made the right choice by keeping the windows and not putting any cabinets because I think it just looks better. Um yeah, I'm shrinking that wall so I could have more space because it was looking a little like cramped. And here I am. I think yeah, I kept that fireplace. I really like that swatch, and the whole idea that this watch gave me was the industrial loft kit, and I did struggle for like a good 5 minutes to try and find the couch and the chair from industrial loft. I had to cut that part out because I literally had to go through like looking for the couch because I could not find it anywhere. Also, this interior walls, babes, I'm sorry. This took so long. I struggled so much trying to figure out what I wanted for this. I struggled so much for what looked good because I wanted it to look cozy. I wanted it to look a little dark. right? But I didn't want it to look like absolutely dead and small and cramped. Like I was like, I don't want this to look like it is a modern farmhouse that is being lived in by a vampire. So I ended up changing it a lot. I think I ended up changing it from this into like a little like it's like a purplish brown just plain wallpaper later on in the video. I ended up changing that bookshelf. I want something more modern, so I found this one. I think that's from Dream Home Decorator, and I really wanted to use that coffee table. I'm not gonna lie, the one from Fitness Stuff. I ended up just using the one from Industrial Loft because I was like, there's too many like wood swatches and everything that are going on, and I didn't want to add like stone into it, even though I really wanted to, but it just didn't fit the vibe. I really like these curtains. I really do. I think they fit so well. Here I am, and I'm changing the size of things. I don't know if I kept this size. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. I think I ended up changing the size of that little bump out. I think I ended up shrinking it on the other side because it was like obnoxiously large for one room. But here I am. I'm just working on the layout. I'm putting doors on all the places that doors need to be. Um, I'm not gonna lie. This gray wallpaper, I was tempted to keep this gray wallpaper and like completely change the entire outside and exterior and kitchen of this house just because I love this gray wallpaper so much. But I ended up realizing like this is already taking too long. My aunt is also doing something on the Wi-Fi and we've been having Wi-Fi problems lately. My computer's making weird noises, so I ended up not doing that. I was tempted to. I was tempted to. I'm not gonna lie. And then there was this, but I didn't like the texture on it. So then I ultimately decided on this brownish like purple type wallpaper, which I think is really basic. It's really plain. I'm not gonna lie. It does look super simple, but I think that it looks pretty good. I won't lie. I am not mad with how it turned out. This bathroom ended up being a little small, a little cramped. I'm not gonna lie, but I did make the most with what I could. I didn't want like plain tile in here because I wanted it to be like a little like different. So I added these stone these I think that's stone flooring to both bathrooms to give some sort of like I don't know like rustic sort of vintage vibes. I don't know. So this bedroom in the back between the two bathrooms end up being the kids' bedroom. There's two bunk beds in there, each with a desk. And then this room over here ends up being the master bedroom. And there was this weird little like bump out because I wanted to add like a little like space in the bathroom for like that shower tub. So I did use this bump out and I placed a what is it called? Oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. What is it? Oh, a closet. I placed a closet. I use this bed from Seasons. I really, 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 really like that bed. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how much I love this bed. It is absolutely freaking incredible. And this master bedroom does look a lot like the master bedroom in the last build that I did when I used the Seasons pack. I don't know if I showed that in the last video. I don't think that I did. But I think that it looks really good. I really like the whole vibe. I would not mind having a bedroom like this. My bedroom is blue and yellow. I'm living in my childhood bedroom that was originally SpongeBob themed. But I would not mind like a brown, dark room like this. It's so cozy. And here I was realizing, oh, this isn't even like the bed is not centered with the windows. And again, that was stressing me out. So I was like, we gotta fix this, babes. We gotta fix this. That other wall, I think I end up putting a I think I put like another window there, just copy and paste it. I tried to do like this whole like gallery wall art thing because I made like this little reading corner, I guess, and I was like, maybe we could have like all these portraits and pictures and everything all over the place, kind of like bring in like a sense of like family history. But then I ultimately decided, no, that's so stupid and dumb. And it just looked terrible. And I really wanted to use this. I didn't know where I was going to use it. In the original build, I think I had like a small bookshelf that looked like that sitting right behind the couch. I did that a lot in a lot of my builds that I made. When I first started out baking houses, and I really wanted to use that because like there are no cabinets, as I said, so I ended up putting it on this wall over here. I think I put a mirror above that. And here I am. I'm doing that weird gallery art wall thing. As you can see, it looks absolutely atrocious. I don't know what I was thinking with this. I spent a good 5 minutes trying to like move these clusters of pictures around, and I was just like, forget it. We're just gonna put a window here. We're just gonna copy the curtains because that's just the easiest thing to do. And in the end, I ended up, because I wanted to make that like a little reading nook. I did put a bookshelf over there, another one. I think it looks pretty good. There's a lot of space over here, so I just added a desk for the mother, with a laptop. Each of the kids have their own desk as well, and I wanted to use this lamp from Vampires that I didn't even know that we had. I watched a video, and I think it was Devin Bumpkin. Is that his name? I don't know. The really attractive British dude, um who who makes a lot of these like English countryside builds. I saw him do a build, and he was like he was renovating the Goth family home, I think, and he used a lot of things from America. And he kept using this lamp, and I was like, I didn't even know that we had that lamp. I thought the only lamp we had that was like that was in high school years. So I wanted to use that, but I ultimately realized this does not fit the vibe at all. And here I am. I'm trying to make the bathrooms look pretty similar. I didn't want a lot of like, I don't know, like uniqueness between them. Excuse me, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. Because I mean, it's a small home. I didn't want each one to look like completely different, so I just like made them look like the same. There's just a few little differences, like the things that are placed on the sink, and then the difference of the shower and the bathtub, that sort of thing. Oh, and size, obviously. I had to use tool to move things down. But don't worry if you don't have tool. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. I can't even talk. That's totally fine. It's totally okay. On the gallery, this is CC free and unmodded. You don't need tool or Better Build By to download these builds. You can just download it straight away. Which that's a fun thing about Twisted Mexi. He makes mods, and he makes them work. You know. Decorating the bathroom, though, I'm not gonna lie, I struggled a bit, because I didn't want it to look like completely dull and empty, but I also didn't want it to look like super like cluttered again. Excuse me, yawning again. As my friend didn't like, I didn't even know if this would like run on her computer with how I had it. I was struggling, and here I was. I added a plant because I realized like, oh wait, there's like no plants in this house. I don't know if like they're gonna be like um sad or whatever from like, I don't know, because like I know there's like a lot of my sims get me lists. They're like this sim is this lot makes this sim uncomfortable, or this sim is like blah 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 blah. And so I wanted to try and like not have that happen. In the end, it ended up happening with the sim that I moved in, because she didn't like the decor style apparently. So I just killed her. Because I just killed her, and I just restarted. I was like, we're gonna make a new sim. We're gonna make a new sim. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. And the sim moved in and seemed to like it. So I think that things are okay. I wanted to add some like wall decals over to on either side of the room, and I didn't know if like people would like hate them, so I ended up just like, okay, well here it is. I'm gonna hide it behind the bunk beds, in case people think that they're obnoxious and ugly. They don't have to like look at them like people playing the game, like not the Sims. I don't really care about the Sims. Um, Here I'm just like working on the master bath. I ended up wanting to put like a shelf and like a hairdresser up here because I thought that it looked good. And then I think I put like a self-care thing here, but I did have trouble slotting it to the right against yawning, I'm so sorry, with like the right height. So I ended up just changing the height of the shelf. And I added a pile of dirty laundry, and I added like I use a lot of things from the bathroom clutter kit. I'm sorry, but I really really love that kit. Like honestly, this is gonna sound really stupid and really dumb, but I really like making bathrooms in The Sims. Like I know that sounds like weird, but like I love making bathrooms. And here I am, I'm adding some clutter around the place. I added that big plant thing because I was like, we need plants, babes. So I figured like if I just had like a giant thing, like a giant like rack of plants, then maybe that would like help distract from the fact that there's not really many plants around the whole area. There was a point in this video that I cut out when I tried to make like a skylight above the kitchen, but I had to cut that out because it didn't work. I did exactly what the video told me to do on YouTube. Like I watched a tutorial, and it didn't work. It didn't look good. So I ended up cutting it out. So when I do go outside, the roof, the main roof piece won't be like the metal roof. So I do change that. That's why. Um And I added like some wine on top of the fridge. You know, single mom raising 2 girls. You know, working hard. She's gotta have her wine. You know, she reads books. She's probably has a wine and book club. You know, she gotta have it. So I put it on top of the fridge. You know, like keep the kids away. The kids can't get up there. I mean, here I am, and I'm working on the outside. I do end up doing basically all of the landscaping off camera because it took like so long. The landscaping in general, as I kept trying so many different things with the landscaping, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. So I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. So I kept placing down so many different landscape things, like so many different options of like what it could look like. So I did it off camera because it took so long. I ultimately ended up finding one that I really liked. It's like dark, earthy, sort of. You saw like that pic in the beginning of the video, and I'm gonna go through at the end of the video. There's gonna be like a little like camera tour session thing of like the build in different rooms, like side by side of like what it looked like. I really love these trees. I wanted the landscape to revolve around these trees because I really freaking love these trees. I love using them. I don't use them as often as I would like to because I often use like really big obnoxious debug trees, but I really like these trees. And here I was, and I wanted to do something on the front porch because I was like, it's looking a little bare, it's looking a little dull, it's looking a little large for nothing on it. So I ended up putting, I think I put like a yeah, I put like an art easel. I don't remember if I ended up putting a telescope on there. I think I just put the trash can over there on the other side off camera, and I do think I ended up removing this boxing ring thing. The what is it called? I don't even know what it's called. But I do think I ended up removing it because I don't think there was enough. I didn't feel like there was enough room for the sim with the swings. So I don't really know how those work. But yeah, the video is coming to an end. So I will say goodbye and thank you for watching this video. And I hope that you guys enjoy the tour. Have a good day.